stupid opener, and it says your host, Precious Paul. Do I look like Precious Paul? Do I look like I'm 52 with Greg?
You're much better looking, of course.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen,
going crazy over here down at the Breeders' Cup.
Welcome to Commissioner's Corner, Owner's Corner, whatever word you want to use. I, of course, am the co-owner of Ringside Entertainment, as well as the Commissioner, T.J. Anderson. By my side, my co-host, my longtime good, dear, close personal friend, Frankie the Fixer. Fixer, gotta get away from wrestling for just a minute. Tell the wonderful folks how last weekend you and I went down to the Big Apple, Breeders' Cup, kicked some butt, took some names, and made some cash.
Well,
matter of fact, I don't want to divulge because, you know, there are certain organizations that may wonder.
yeah, they wouldn't like that.
But we made enough, not only to cover the stupid $5 grand I had to, you know, give out to those idiots, which we'll get to the wrestling.
But to raise a bounty, too.
And you know, and the bounty, so somebody collects the 10 grand, which, you know, Phoenix has yet to collect, but
he's in it for the money, though. That's the man.
I made enough to cover the 5 grand, cover the 10, live large, as we did from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In fact, we did so well, we stayed Monday and Tuesday.
It almost was a week, you know.
Almost was a weekend. We're just getting back. In fact, we just made it back yesterday to get here to take the show. I digressed. I wanted to tell the folks what a great time we had. Now, we are just, let's see, we are, if my math serves me right, which I believe it does, we're only a couple of weeks away from one of my favorite holidays of the year, Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And what's good about Thanksgiving? Little
Little
wine, little vino,
vino,
little turkey, little sweet potato pie, little football action over there. We got a couple of NFL games will be going on.
Detroit always plays.
Detroit, the Lions always play. They always get killed typically, except for Thanksgiving. They're the only, right? They're the only team that does any, you know, that the only game they win is Thanksgiving Day. I myself, you know, out at the owner's house, we have the, you know, the big spread. You know, nice.
We guys tend to go with the lobsters.
We go. You know, we go lobster. We go shrimp.
You do the sea fest.
We go. No. I buy a case of wine that costs more than most of these people make in a week for one case of the wine I buy. You know, I don't go down.
Oh no, I hear you.
To unnamed liquor store and buy Wild Irish Rose.
Well, I can attest to that.
Or somebody go buy, you know, they put their money together because it's sort of near the end of the month.
They want
you know, the checks has to come in, so they get the 5-gallon thing of Reuniti for $7.99.
Oh,
give it to Grandma and everybody else. But again, you know, if you noticed, back on the show October 20th, I did not insult the folks. I get a little, you know,
edgy.
Well,
but not insulting.
People got the wrong idea that I dislike the people that come to the show. I don't dislike them. They're just not very bright. There's a difference between a hatred. Now, hate, people I dislike, oh, there's a laundry list. We'll start with the mastermind, or the gutless mind, I called them. I basically called them out last time, but that's okay. I shot a little bit, but that's okay. Precious Paul, who is, as you can see, no longer here, because, a couple of reasons. One, his blatant and obvious bias commentating on October 20th at Halloween Happens. You, my friend, right down the middle as always, called it just like you saw it.
Well, Mo was impartial.
No bias. And I told you, when I asked you to step in that night, I said, Frankie, if I make a mistake, you call me on. Of course I don't. Well, the biggest mistake I made was trust in Reaper to follow the game plan.
Well, that goes back to being bright.
Right.
Right. You know,
I tried to bring the kid along. I'm trying to help him out. I'm trying to instill a mean streak. I give him in Phoenix a game plan to follow. You notice a couple of times in that match, I was fresh. But
Reaper
had to try to get the glory.
We wanted the limelight.
Had to try to be the champ.
Tag in.
The plan was that we were going to sacrifice, and either myself or Phoenix would cover Scott Osborne. Right. And it didn't happen. But that's okay. Because the folks are going to see very shortly, we'll go to a clip in a couple of minutes, of exactly, well, they did see why you don't cross the bus, but we're also going to go to a clip and see a travesty.
A miscarriage of justice.
If you will. Played out on the owner, the co-owner of this company, who took it upon himself. You saw Rob the ref officiate the 6-man tag.
Yes.
Now, the one thing I hate to admit is we do have bylaws here in Ringside Entertainment, and there is a bylaw that states the referee's decision is final. Even I, as the owner, can't rudimentary change the rules. Right, not even that. So in the interest, as a certain other company owner,
you're the commission, you can
in the
rewrite the rules.
interest of fairness, I let the decision stand. I let them keep their tag belts for now. But Rob the ref did such an awful job that in the bounty match, okay, I couldn't let him go out there and mess up again.
So you felt it was your duty.
It was my obligation to the fans of Ringside Entertainment, to the two competitors in the squared circle that night.
To give a fair shake.
It was my duty
to step in
as commissioner to appoint myself as the special guest referee that night. And as the folks will see in just a couple of minutes when we roll the footage, and I believe if
I hate to be devil's advocate, but a lot of people might think that's a little power drunk.
No, not at all. No.
It's just you doing the right thing.
If I was power drunk, and see, that's why I have you, because you asked the tough question.
Because I'm honest.
If I was power drunk, I would have reversed the decision of Rob the ref, and I would have stripped the title, I would have put it up.
But you honor the bylaws so well that you couldn't do that.
I honor the rules of this business.
You do.
I may be unscrupulous. I may be conniving.
There's nothing wrong with being shady.
Right. I may be as some people, I may be a scumbag. I may be in it for the money. I may be a lot of things. And that's okay if you call me all that. But there is a time-honored tradition to do the right thing in this business, and I did it right. Can you imagine years ago the old NWA with the votes and all of this? No, we're not going to vote anymore.
Right.
When they voted, right. I have a sense of history.
We are above that.
We are above. We strive and survive and thrive being in that. Absolutely. Now.
Nice to be legitimate, huh?
Absolutely. Well, you know, the inside information we have. Yeah. Anyway, so give me a couple of shout outs there.
Why is Precious Paul's
Precious Paul Rules?
What is up with that?
That's real funny.
Shouldn't that say the fixer?
See, what I should do, okay, what I should do is I should take this bat and go in there and bash the living daylights out of the stupid SOB. Okay?
You gotta shove it where the sun don't shine and make it a popsicle.
I could do that. I could shove it up there, put them into the 375 degrees, and roast them like a turkey. But you know what? We are getting into the holiday season.
So you're in a festive mood.
I am in a festive mood.
A giving mood.
A giving mood, if you will.
Always generous.
But, before I give a little more, fans, you watch for yourselves. We're going to go to the bounty match between
we're going to let you be the judge,
just in case, Stunning Sean Stevens, where yours truly took it upon himself to call it right down the middle, and watch what I get for my troubles. Now, if you're smart enough in the back to hit the little button, roll the footage. There we go.
It's been a $10,000 night there. I know, you're beside yourself.
You see what happens? You see what happens when you try to call a match down the middle?
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you what the real problem there was. It was the guy that used to sit in this seat who took it upon himself to leave the announcer's booth. Now, you're my good friend.
Of course.
You know I wanted to leave the booth.
I know.
It was in my heart. It was in my soul.
Right.
But I did not, because it's unprofessional.
That's right.
Professionalism. Something Precious Paul has always lacked.
Sorely lacking around here.
Oh, disgusting.
I mean, well, first of all, we had that buffoon C-note and Precious Paul. I had to put you in to, you know, calm things down
a little bit. I don't mean to get upset. But
PJ Commissioner Shrek, love, SSS.
They're still scrolling with you.
It's funny. It's really funny. Everybody's a comedian around here. But you know what? Again, you know,
Paul Leone, you know, he could end up.
You see what happens? You see what happens when you try, again, I've said this before, you try to run a company.
I know.
You try to give people who have nothing, something.
Try to bring them up to a level of at least manhood.
Trying to bring them up to be professionals. Instead, you know, Stunning Sean Stevens runs around like an adolescent, like I don't know what, thinks he's funny. You know, that's why we kicked him out when he dropped the ball.
Well,
dropped the title.
So we
kicked him out like a hockey tail.
You know what it is?
Deanna DeVille, she messed up, crossed the boss, out she went. Reaper, crossed the boss, out he went. When will they get it? When you cross the boss,
you're done.
You're done. You're touched. So, it was so funny that Stunning Sean Stevens assaulted an official of Ringside Entertainment.
So you would bring it up to the assault level.
Well, you saw the
It
tour
is what
stop.
it is.
You saw the tour stop.
Yeah, that hurt. You used a lot of buff from that next day.
I'm telling you, I had eccentric.
No, you were still hurt when we were in New York at the races.
Absolutely, that's tough. I had to see a chiropractor, acupuncture, acupressure. So it's so funny that you committed assault on a referee. Purposely, it wasn't even an accidental bump. It wasn't the referee was out of position.
Oh no, it was
Of course,
intentional.
if you noticed in that match, I was in position perfectly for every call, every check to make sure it wasn't a bad. Ringside Entertainment, ringsideent.tripod.com. That's our website, by the way. So, folks, go to ringsideent.tripod.com
And get the latest news.
and email in and say what an egregious
Miscarriage
act
of
of
justice.
violence it was. But an automatic fine for touching a ringside official.
What the
5,000.
hell is Precious Paul's name doing back on your show? And I'm supposed to be your new co-host? Where is this guy haunting us from? If I find out your other half of the owner of the company, the man who will not appear on this show, will
Right.
not show his face,
That's right.
he's going to have a personal
Boy,
problem
I'm
with
the
me.
one. I'm the one. You got
But you know, it's, he made me sit next to
let me go
Precious
into-
Paul
let
and
me go into-
Cobbles.
let me go into-
Joe's.
Let me count. I'm good now. We're calm now.
You know, it's disgraceful.
I know. I understand.
I think you
So
have
it was
to
so
levy some
funny, by the way,
fines.
folks. If you think I should find Stunning Sean Stevens more than $5,000, write in. Go to ringsideent.com.
Because you will acquiesce to the fans' wishes. You always have in the past.
I will. Unlike, things like Cyber Sunday, that was a big success stuff. I'm hip to what the fans think. And you know what the fans loved on Saturday, October 28th? They loved Cameron Replay beating Zach Mason. Now, not Cameron Replay's fault. Certainly not my fault that Zach Mason couldn't make it to the night, tripped, hit his head, and KO'd himself. I can't disappoint the hundreds of fans in attendance that pay their hard-earned money.
Plus all the pay-per-view fans.
I'm the guy who knows what's hip, what the people want, and to give people what they want, because we have a few minutes left in the show, I'm going to bring them on. We'll talk about the match. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Replay.
Awesome.
See that?
Cameron, great
See
to
that?
see you.
That's a man who knows respect right there. Please,
Yes.
have a seat, young fellow.
Up-and-coming stuff.
Up-and-coming stuff. Now, let's get right to the match October 28th. It was a hard-fought victory.
Oh, yeah.
You fought him all the way. It was... Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Whoops, wrong match. You're in the ring. You're ready to go. I saw you backstage.
Prepared for battle.
He's preparing. He's
We
stretching.
could see it.
Before the match. Some guys, a little bit to get a sweat. 150 sit-ups, 200 push-ups. He did 100 chin-ups in 62 seconds. That was amazing.
It's not my best record, but
It was-
I didn't
We were
know
gonna
day.
call Guinness
I didn't
on
know
that.
day that day.
Lightweight finals. Okay, somebody
Oh, yeah,
got it
yeah,
right.
there. Right.
So he's in the ring.
Cameron.
He's waiting. He's ready for action.
And where's his opponent?
And Zach Mason slips.
Backstage, fumbling over his own feet.
Takes a Dixie, bops his head off the side.
I would have won him. I would have beat him anyway. So. It really
Well, that's
doesn't matter.
undoubtedly. We don't even have to say that. We
No.
know that.
Does it make a difference to you that
You advanced.
you got the 10 count, or would you rather the pin, or would you rather make him submit? It does. See, he's the kind of guy. Old school. A win is a win is a win.
Yep.
Tell the good people. Tell the good fans. By the way, I know you have big holiday plans. I know you got the this guy. You think I come with a few people? You think I come with an entourage? This guy.
Oh, he's like
I
a
can't stop
goddamn
him.
rock
I'm
star.
telling you, he is. He's a rock star. Listen, tell the folks what you're going to do in Ringside Entertainment. Tell the folks why and how you're going to win the lightweight title. All yours.
Well, first, I'd just like to say that I am appalled at the amount of disrespect that people are showing you here, people that show you at the show. I mean, I get
I
the
told
same
you
amount
he's
of
a true believer.
disrespect.
But that's a young man with
Put
respect.
the kid in for a Christmas bonus. will you?
I mean, you gotta start doubling and tripling these fines around here,
Well, what
just
I
so
think-
people get the point.
That's from an athlete that's in your
I
company.
think what
wants
I'm
to see
gonna
the fines
do,
go up.
again.
That's why we have no unions here.
That's
Look-
right.
Look what they're right now.
Larry Moe, that's funny. You love SSS.
You know, I'm-
That's
you know,
real
you're
funny.
not that
You know
funny.
what?
They
You
call
know what I
us the Three
think?
Stooges.
You know what I think I'm going to have to do?
This kid's gonna be a champ. They're calling him a stooge.
I think I'm going to have to pay a visit over the wrestling center.
Yeah.
See, they don't get wrestling center over there in the other town. You
Can I
know,
bring
I
my
mean,
toys
excuse
with
me,
me?
they don't get RSE over there.
Can I bring my toys with me?
I think you and I
think you
fix
should.
maybe we'll bring Cam, maybe we'll play a little visit over there, see how funny they like things.
Yeah, really.
But listen,
They think they're comedians.
we've talked enough. This kid here has got the goods. You know,
That's a
we
real
don't
deal.
say that a lot about people. This kid's got the goods. He's an up-and-comer. He's disciplined. He's well-trained. He's
Well,
well-managed.
look what he did for the warm-ups before his match.
He respects the business. He respects the boss, unlike you saw people who cross the boss.
Yeah.
Now,
No
They don't
respect.
last long.
you know how much respect I got for this kid? I'm going to let you close the show. So you tell the good people out there who you are, who you work for, and tell them we'll see him next time.
Cameron Replay, as you already know, I work for this man right here,
Nice.
the man, and I believe I have a certain, I believe his name's Enigma, who I'm gonna have to fight for that RSE title.
Lightweight title, lightweight finals coming up. To be announced soon.
Lightweight finals.
Yep.
It's gonna be just like Zach
Shut the
Mason,
bell.
just like Zach Mason.
Except the
Only
Enigma's gonna show up.
it still
Not
won't
trapped.
matter. It still won't matter.
Of course
Still won't matter.
Because you're gonna smoke them.
1, 2, 3,
That's right.
done.
Ladies and
Let me
gentlemen.
take this and I'll go handle this guy.
Ah, there we go. There's a guy who gets the
Yeah,
job
send it
done.
down.
Frankie the Fixer, Cameron Replay.
Wish I had you with me 10 years ago.
I'm the
getting that
co-owner
fucking
of
jersey.
Anderson. See you next time on Commissioner's Corner.
We're out of here.